There was once a young boy who was always curious, full of energy, and easily distracted. His mind would jump from one thought to another. He wanted to learn, but he couldn't focus. One evening, as he sat beside his grandfather watching the sunset, he asked, "Grandfather, why can't I control my thoughts? Why can't I focus no matter how hard I try?" The old man smiled gently, seeing the confusion in his grandson's eyes. He knew that words alone wouldn't teach the boy this lesson. It had to be felt. So instead of answering directly, he decided to give the boy an experience that would open his mind. That evening, as the orange sky faded into dusk, a quiet lesson of life and discipline was about to begin, one that the boy would never forget. The next morning, the grandfather called his grandson over. "Come with me," he said softly, leading him toward the nearby river. His calm presence was comforting. He never raised his voice, yet his words carried deep meaning. The boy followed, wondering what his grandfather was planning to show him. When they reached the riverbank, the old man picked up an old wicker basket lying nearby. Handing it to the boy, he said, "Go fill this basket with water from the river and bring it back." The boy was puzzled, but obeyed. He ran to the river, dipped the basket in, and started back, only to find that all the water had leaked out through the holes. Laughing nervously, he said, "Grandfather, it's impossible." But the old man just smiled and replied, "Try again, my boy." The boy did as told. He ran again, scooped up more water, and hurried back. But before he reached his grandfather, the basket was empty once more. The old man said nothing, only nodded for him to try again. Over and over, the boy filled the basket, only to fail each time. His arms grew tired, his breathing heavy, and frustration filled his heart. Finally, he said, angrily, "It's useless. No matter how many times I try, the water keeps escaping." The grandfather looked at him calmly and said, "Look at the basket, my child." The boy glanced down. The basket, once dull and dirty, now glistened clean in the sunlight. Confused, he waited for his grandfather to explain. The old man smiled knowingly. The true lesson was about to unfold. The grandfather placed a hand on the boy's shoulder and said softly, "My child, you thought your effort was wasted, but look closely. The basket didn't hold the water, yet with every attempt, it became cleaner. That's how the mind works. When you try to discipline it, even if you fail, you are still cleansing it." The boy listened intently, realizing the truth behind those simple words. The old man continued, "Discipline doesn't mean perfection. It means trying again, even when your efforts seem to fail. Each time you focus, meditate, or push away distractions, your mind becomes clearer, stronger, and calmer, just like this basket." The boy finally understood. It wasn't about achieving control in one day. It was about the process, the effort, and the patience to keep trying. Days turned into weeks, and the boy took his grandfather's lesson to heart. He began practicing focus, reading slowly, thinking deeply, and learning to stay calm even when restless thoughts came. Whenever he felt distracted, he remembered the basket, how repeated effort had purified it. Slowly, his mind began to change. He became more patient, thoughtful, and determined. His friends noticed he was no longer quick to give up or lose temper. His grandfather watched with quiet pride, knowing the boy had understood life's simplest truth. Self-discipline is not about control, it's about commitment. Each time the boy chose focus over distraction, he grew stronger inside, and just like that shining basket, his mind too began to reflect clarity and strength. This story reminds us all that disciplining the mind takes time, patience, and persistence. Like the boy, we may fail many times. Our focus may slip, our motivation may fade, and our mind may wander. But every time we try again, we cleanse a part of ourselves. Discipline is not built overnight. It is built through effort that seems invisible, yet transforms us quietly from within. When you learn to control your thoughts, you learn to control your destiny. A disciplined mind brings peace, focus, and power. It allows you to face challenges with calm and to chase your dreams with confidence. So never stop training your mind. Remember the boy, the basket, and the wisdom of his grandfather, because a disciplined mind is the root of a successful and meaningful life.